Well, good evening, everybody. It has been probably about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks since I made a video, and I thought I would make one tonight and kind of get everything updated. It's been a whirlwind since I've been down here. Started my job 2 days after I arrived, and have been busy working full-time, few days off, but keeping very busy with the job, so found very little time to make too many videos. But things have happened. Definitely am enjoying the job and driving the buses. It's a totally different kind of experience than what I was doing before, of course, as I've informed you guys on the other videos that I've made. Here in Arizona, it's been still pretty warm. Probably can tell a little bit. I've got my bright lights on, so call them my TV lights, so they're probably making it a little bit hotter here in the van than it needs to be. But the daytimes have been close to 80 or in the 80s, and nighttime it's only dropped down to maybe in the mid 50s, although this week it's supposed to drop down a little lower. I have not had to use any of my heating sources at all. Been able to sleep perfectly comfortable on my mattress without any kind of heating, so that's been good. It's worked out really well because of the fact that I can really kind of park almost anywhere down here. I have frequented using Walmarts, and so I've rotated them every night, as a lot of you other YouTube guys in their vans do. I've also used some of those business parks that I had shown on Google Maps, and they've worked really well. I have not been bothered by anybody. The only time I kind of figure like I've been bothered is there's a friend that I know down here, and he invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner. So, and it was up in an area called Cave Creek, which is north of Phoenix, northeast of Phoenix, up in a kind of hilly area. Really pretty and really nice houses. And so I got up there a little early, and so I was parking the van in some of the parking lots because, you know, I didn't want to show up too early for the meal. And I just parked and left the windows open, and I chose a Dairy Queen, which was shut down because it was Thanksgiving Day. And as I sat there in my van, there's a sheriff that drove by, and then 5 minutes later he came back the other way, and it seemed like another 5 minutes later he was back again, and then another 5 minutes later he came back again. And I'm like, okay, you know, if I stay here, he's probably going to get suspicious. So I moved to a different location, up a little closer to where my friend's house was. It was actually a library, which was also, of course, closed because it's Thanksgiving, and I wasn't bothered at that point. So that's the only place where you kind of stand out, I think, is, you know, like on holidays where everything's closed. So people look at that. Of course, I have a Nevada license plate, so it could be another issue. But other than that, like I said, I've really not been bothered by anybody. I've parked all over the Walmarts. I park right in the thick of where cars are, usually next to one of the concrete planters, and no problem. Sleep all night long and get up and leave, and no one's bothered me, so that's been great. As far as eating goes, I was going to do a little bit of a video on that, but instead of filming it, I figured I'd just go ahead and just kind of tell you what I really eat. I do cook in the van, but very seldomly. I basically take out or eat out. I pick a lot of the fast food. I know it isn't the best health choices for the food, but I'm not a really big burger hound, although I will do that once in a while. I try to go for things like, if I go to Burger King, I go for like their chicken nuggets. You know, you can get a 10 size or a 20-piece size. Really, really cheap. It's under $5 with a drink, and that's if I buy a Coke or something. A lot of times I just drink my bottled water, which I have here in the van. So those kind of things I eat. I try to limit my meal to be about $5 if I'm going to eat out, and then it falls in my budget that I'd set up for being about $10 a day. So, you know, it works pretty well, and that has been functioning properly for a while. Have not gone over budget. Have been able to put a little bit of money away. I found some decent laundry mats down here that I alternate depending on what side of town I'm on. Tonight I'm over toward the Mesa side of Arizona, and then next couple of days I'll, as I start back to work, I'll move closer to Phoenix where my job is. So anyway, that's kind of it as far as what's kind of going on. There isn't really a whole lot. I really like the urban camping and the fact that, I still have all the city scenes to go to, whether it's meeting friends and doing something or just on my own. There's lots of things to see. There's a place around here that has indoor skydiving, of all things, and I've never heard of that before, but it's like a 5-story building, 6-story building, and they advertised, inside skydiving. So hey, that sounds like it might be a fun thing to do. So anyway, lots of interesting things here in Arizona, and I'm just starting to kind of explore a little bit. But I'm just, as I've described, I'm not really a kind of guy that wants to go camping and go in the forest all the time and move from one campsite to another, even though they might be free. I really do like living in town. And right now, with the temperatures the way it is, I don't see that changing in the near future at all. Although when it starts to warm up, probably going to have to think about how to get air conditioning in this van. And I've seen a lot of other YouTube channels where they've actually mounted air conditioners, but it seems like they can't really roll them off or run them off of solar. So getting power is going to be the issue. Certainly my portable power unit isn't going to be able to power an air conditioner. So anyway, as we get closer towards summer, getting in May, I may have to look into figuring something to do. But for right now, things are just kind of cruising along, and I'm very happy with the way things are. The band has been performing perfectly, and it's been a fun life so far here. So anyway, that's just a quick update on the videos. I will try to make them a little more often as things that are interesting come up, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So you guys have a great night. I will try to talk to you guys hopefully in a couple of days. So have a great night. Again, if you like my video, please like, and if you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe, and we will see you hopefully in a couple of days. All right, bye-bye.